Good evening. This is a public meeting of the Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals for May 8th, 2017. Before we get started, if you have an electronic device in your possession, could you please turn it off? And second of all, if anyone plans on speaking on behalf of this petition, either for or against, if you can come to the podium and sign in with your name and address before addressing the board. Our first matter before us is under new business. This is ZB 2017-19. Petitions of variance. The applicant is Leonardo Nunez. The property is located at 70 Gorham Street. And the petition, the applicant is seeking parking relief for a new church. The proposed project requires a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals under section 6.1 and any other relief required of the Lowell zoning ordinance. Is Mr. Nunez here, or a representative? Yes? Up to the podium, please, sir. Good evening, how are you? Are you,
I'm Neris Holmes.
Yep,
My pastor, Leonardo Nunez.
okay,
He doesn't speak a lot of English, so I'm here
okay.
for the situation.
Yeah, if you can just sign in with your name and address, please, that'd be
Okay.
great. And once you're done with that, if you can just address the board, let us know what your plans are, please.
He doesn't need to sign either? He doesn't need to sign?
No, he doesn't, nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So, I'm just here to explain what is the situation. We are a new ministry in the city of Lowell. Leonardo Nunez and his wife, they're both pastors coming from the city of from Dominican Republic 2 years ago. They've been called from God to this ministry in here in Lowell. We found a place on 70 Gorham Street, but from the regulations of the city, we are required to have 27 parking spots, which it's impossible because the building doesn't have that kind of parking in the perimeter. So we're looking for a parking relief so we can start, get a permit and start working in the city on behalf of the church. As you can see, Mr. Leonardo Nunez and his wife doesn't speak that much English. They're getting my help in here, also in the city. My name is Neris Holmes. I've been resident in the city of Lowell for 25 years already. I have 2 sons in here in the city. My husband, we all members of the church, 60 Lawrence Street before. Then we've been called to help out this ministry in the city of Lowell. So we hope that you guys understand that we just wanted to do our mission in front of God and in front of all of you and to serve this beautiful community that I've been here from 25 years, and it's their duty to do it now.
Okay. So in reading through the application, and there was also a letter we received from the Christian Temple Seat of Love. As far as, are you meeting at 7 o'clock every night, or what's the schedule for the meetings?
We're meeting every Tuesday at 7,
Yep.
Thursday and Friday at 7. And on Sunday, we're meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. It goes from 10 most of the time to 2 o'clock, or earlier than that. So our purpose is like to bring people together to praise the Lord. And we are not trying to make conflict, traffic conflict in the city. We just want to operate. And we are conscious that at that time, it's not very busy. The street is not very busy. And we also find that we have like 30 or 40 parking spaces from the city and the street, off the street, that we can use.
Okay. I also took a look at, there's been a lease that's been signed at the address with the property owner.
Yes.
Yep. Does the property owner understand that the services are only at 7 PM on the 3 nights and at 10 AM on Sundays? Do they understand that?
Yes, Mrs. Allen and Mr. Paul Donahue, they're the owner of this premises, and they're here with us.
Okay,
I thank you so much for being here.
sure.
And they do understand, and as you can see, they are pretty willing to work with us, working around it.
All right. Do you have an estimated number of participants that would be coming on a regular basis?
Right now, we are just starting, so it is just 11 people in church
Okay.
right now.
Yep.
You know, and we're planning that eventually, if it grows even bigger, that we can find another place. That we are very conscious about traffic, so we are not planning to bring no conflict in the city.
And would you, I know you only have 11 people that participate right now. Are most of those individuals coming by vehicle, to your knowledge, or any of them walking to the facility?
Right now, we're just using 3 vehicles because we are 3 families.
Okay.
So it's just, as I said, 3 vehicles. And we have some 2 people that come walking from time to time.
Okay. All right. That's all I have at this point. There may be some other questions from other board members. If there's nothing else you would like to add at this point, I'm going to open it up to the public, and then we'll open it up to the board.
Okay. I
Thank you.
just wanted to add that we are honored to be here today. It's our first time in the city of Lowell in one of these business matter. Thank you for your time, for all of your time, because we want to have the opportunity to preach in the city, and we thank you for hearing us today.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone here that'd like to speak in favor of this petition? In favor? In favor? Yes, sir. Good
Good evening,
sir.
Paul Dunnigan Jr.
Okay.
Just in regards to the parking, I went out yesterday and counted the number of spots. There's approximately 70 spots within 1,000 feet of this building, including 11 on Gorham Street in front, starting at Danis's and the building that they're renting from us, plus a handicap spot, plus a loading zone. The city parking lot across the street has 30 metered spaces, plus an additional 4 that are marked with a 15-minute only parking sign on the side of our building at 101 Gorham Street. At 90 Appleton Street, and I'm not sure the address across the street where the old Verizon building was, there's another 24 metered spots there. So, like I said, that's all within 500 to 1,000 feet of this building. And
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the meters run up to 6 PM?
6 p.m., I believe, yes.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that was
That'll be it. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak in favor? In favor? In favor? Hearing none, that portion of public hearing is closed. Anyone like to speak in opposition? 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 Hearing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. I'd like to open it up to the board. Sean?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the petitioners. I'm sorry, if you could I just got a quick question about something. If you
If
could
you
just
can come back.
come back to the.
Back up here, please. Thank you.
Leonardo Nunez?
Just some other thing that came up is like really, you answered pretty much most of the questions that I had as pertains to the number of parishioners and the hours or whatever. I just kind of curious, are there any other activities, church activities that are going to be occurring outside of the hours, like any separate meetings with parishioners or any other like group meetings or something? Is that something that?
Most of the activity that we would do as a church, it's out in the community. We go in and we preach in houses where people receive the word of God. And some meeting, if we have any meetings early in the morning, it would be really early in the morning when we are praying and seeking for the Lord. But it's not will be like in hours when people are working or in school and stuff like that.
Okay. No, that's great, no, and certainly I encourage that. I just want to make sure that, you know, you're telling us that regular meetings are going to be 7 PM 3 nights a week, and then 10 o'clock on Sundays. I think I said in the letter was Sundays, 10 o'clock to 2.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that there aren't any other extracurricular support groups or anything else that's going to be occurring. And I'm presuming that that may occur down in the future as your congregation grows. But I just want to, for the time being, I just want to get an idea how much, if there's any additional activity that's going to be involved. Otherwise, I don't have any.
May I please?
Yeah, sure.
Can I just ask him, because I would like to ask him that,
Oh,
and he will.
Okay, sure, I thought you had all
Él
that
dice que
stuff.
si alguna vez nosotros planeamos hacer alguna actividad que esté fuera de las actividades de la iglesia, como los cultos, la escuela dominical y eso, que si planeamos tener otras actividades, que él quiere tener como una idea más clara.
Nuestras actividades son a lo interno y servicio comunitario.
Ok, eso es lo que yo le dije,
Exacto.
que nosotros vamos a las casas y predicamos y eso.
Exacto.
Okay, yeah, he agreed, the same thing.
Okay.
That we go into houses and we preach in houses, and it's like it's community service. Most of the time, it's outside of the church. We need the church to praise the Lord, to congregate and preach, but most of the activity is going to be done outside of the church.
Okay, no, that was just, that was my only concern. And again, I'm not objectionable to the petition. Very familiar with the building, as the Dunnigans are very well aware. I actually was employed by the Dunnigans and worked in that building as a young man,
Okay.
throughout high school and college. So it's good to see it as being put to some use, especially for a community-based thing such as a church. And there's never been, since I've known, there's never really been any issues of parking there, especially with the lot that's across the street that has several, some mostly unused spaces. So, and I thank you very much for your presentation. I thank Mr. Dunnigan for providing us the information regarding the parking, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Mike?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any issues with this petition. I know that the city provided us with some documentation that because the early garage is within a certain distance from the facility, the number of spaces is cut in half, the number that is required, down to 14, right? So, and then I went out there this Sunday, actually, to see what the parking was like in the city-owned lot, and I think there were maybe 10 cars in the lot out of the 30 or so that are available there. So I guess right now, with the size of the congregation, as you described it, I don't think that's going to be an issue on Sundays. And as the chairman said, after 6 o'clock, the meters are open, to anyone, so there's no 2-hour limit because they're not enforced after 6 o'clock. So, I mean, unless, like you said, the congregation really grows and there's more services added, but at that point you'd probably be looking to move to another location because that probably wouldn't serve the size of the congregation. So I don't have any issues with this application, and I don't have any questions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Gary?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, the couple of questions I had have been answered. You obviously have the support of the owners of the building. I thank them for coming down, and members of the public that came tonight in support. So I wish you the best of luck over there and serving the community. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Dennis?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just ask, I think this is a good use for the building as well, and I really think that the time that you're going to be using the facility overlaps well with the rest of the commercial uses in that area. I just think that we're asking for a lot of relief here, and I was just wondering if it made sense to have a condition, 6-month review, to see if the parking has become an issue. We were asking for such a fair number of parking spaces. In the event that your congregation does grow to that kind of size, I was just wondering if you'd be open to that, if the rest of the board members would be also open to a 6-month review. Does that make sense?
It does, in a kind of of a sense task, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. But if you guys require, we don't have any problem. We are open to.
Okay, thank you very much. No further questions?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the reason why you're here is for the parking, and the requirement was for 28, but because of the early garage, and the zone that it's also in, correct? The parking gets reduced by 50%, so we're only looking at 14, and based on the hours that the facility is proposed to be open, and again, I appreciate that the landlord is here, because I would hope if there was something else intended here, at least the landlord has experience of being in that neighborhood for many, many years and understands the parking requirements. So I believe the facility has met the burden of the variance that's being requested, just based on the hours of the operation and the purpose of the operation, and obviously your organization's just kind of starting up, and but I think the key thing is you're here for parking, and I believe you have between the early garage, the parking across the street, the public parking that's either on or off the street. I believe there's plenty of opportunity if your organization starts to grow and flourish. So does anybody else on the board have any other comments? Dennis had mentioned a 6-month administrative review. Anybody else have anything else they want to add to that?
Well, I'll just add that I agree with Dennis's suggestion that just 6 months from now, just to review the situation in case for some reason the number of families doubles or triples, and then there is a parking issue. But again, it probably won't be an issue, but I agree with Dennis's suggestion that it doesn't hurt to just review it in 6 months.
Yeah, and I don't believe there'll be an issue. There's other businesses in that corridor that had an opportunity to come here this evening if they had any concerns with future parking, especially at night. So with no other opposition that showed up, I think that's a sign that, the variance can be granted. So with that said, could I have a motion, please?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, the matter before is ZB 2017-19 for a variance at 70 Gorham Street. Make a motion to approve with the following condition. Petitioner appears before us for a 6-month administrative review.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Chairman Bailey,
Approve
you.
with condition.
Member Perrin,
Approve with condition.
Member Palia,
Approved with condition.
Member Callahan,
Approve with condition.
Member McCarthy.
Approve with condition.
Okay, Ms. Nunes, you've been approved. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, next order of business is other business. There were no minutes provided, correct?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else? So next meeting, 2 weeks?
Yes, is May 22nd.
Okay, May 27th. And do we know what's on the agenda at this point?
Yes, I have 2 handouts for you, a driveway and an addition. But yeah, I'll hand those to you. And there's also a
Okay.
sign, I believe.
And is Varnum Ave
And
coming
that
before
will
us?
be opened for the 22nd as well.
Okay. Was there anything new for Varnum Ave? There was,
There are no updates
Okay.
from the last meeting.
okay. All right, so if there's nothing else, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, make a motion to adjourn.
Have a second?
Second.
So moved.